security has become just more and more important because like AI is cool, but if you're not secure with the data, because as we talked
Yeah.
about, you have all the data, and we've focused a lot on like how can we improve the AI security far better than what it should be.
Yeah, like if you're a military contractor, you don't want to use some cloud solution. Like that's no go.
Yeah.
But like if you have a really secure system, maybe some end-to-end encryption, whatever, like maybe that like allows a whole entire new way of working.
Hi everyone, this is James from the CTRL+Listen Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. This is brought to you by Octopart. Today I have two special guests for you. This is Erlend and Karan. They are the co-founders of Bedrock Chain. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's great to have you guys.
Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Anytime. Do you want to start by telling us a little bit both about yourselves, your history before the company, and sort of the basis of the company and what you do there?
Yeah. So we started in the same like university program, which is like an entrepreneurship school. But that's where we met, and we all were really interested in technology and like collecting data. So we met 5 people and talked to a bunch of different companies. And we saw that procurement is something we really want to go in. So we met one company which had the problem of trying to find components and sort them, and talked to them and built a company from there. Made the MVP in a week and just grew.
Yeah. So it's Bedrock, and we automate procurement for electronic manufacturing services. And as people, we're 5 co-founders with quite tech-heavy interests. So 4 of us have like a computer engineering and AI master, and one has a mechanical engineering / product engineering master. So he knew everything about like procurement and doing all of that stuff, while all of us had like quite a deep understanding of the newest artificial intelligence tech. And then we applied to like enter New School of Entrepreneurship, where there are 40 students every year that get chosen out of around 400, 500 that apply. And then you just like get all the stuff you need here in Norway to make the software you or startup you want to make.
Yeah.
And then we realized like this is the perfect team and the perfect problem, and we found it so fun. And like when we talked with like these EMS companies, we were scared a bit at the start, like how are they going to be? But they're so nice and they're so open to like talk with us and share their problems, because yeah, they know that we're, I would say, talented students and entrepreneurs that can actually make a difference for them. And yeah, as Aaron said, it only took like a week, and we already created machine learning models that could help them so much.
Yeah.
So it's been fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. So do you want to kind of go through, I guess, the key offerings of the company and what it is exactly that you do?
Yeah. So Bedrock is a software to automate or simplify the procurement services for EMS companies. So that means, that's a lot of words, but it means you can use your boom, upload your boom, and we'll help you by cleaning it and finding the correct suppliers and get the information you need, as well as helping you with your RFQs. We've used classical machine learning and AI there as well to help RFQ be more streamlined and easier for people. As today, the people we talk to, it's so difficult to do RFQs in a good standardized way. So this type of boom uploading and cleaning, as well as RFQ, has been the main goals right now, as well as some features here and there like watch list and other stuff, and a lot of analytics.
Yeah. So we try to like really integrate with companies' ERP systems and like try to enable a really like agentic workflow, right? That's what we aim for, because we believe like it's going to change massively in the coming years. So.
Definitely. And we're going to get into that in a little bit, since it's a really hot topic right now. And I feel like a lot of companies they've kind of realized if you don't get on board with this, you're getting left behind at this point in time. So before we get into that, though, can we break down a little bit more RFQ and ERP and how are each of those important in the supply chain space?
Yeah, so it's always kind of connected to AI. Like every type of data is important, and it's really hard to get a good streamlined workflow if you only have one of the data sources. So we looked at all the data sources. You have the bill of materials you upload, you have your ERP systems, and you have the RFQs you've done. And maybe the RFQs are done on email, and then you have to update your systems, and it's just some extra steps that you don't need to take. So we
Right.
could gather this in our application. We make it easier to just have one focused place where we get the information from the ERP, and you get the best of the data from the bill of materials and the RFQs, always updated. So yeah, it's all about having all the data accessible that you need. Yeah,
No, that's probably, yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
hmm.
Uh, so let's talk artificial intelligence. We're going to start by, before we get into AI agents, let's talk a little bit about analytics and automation. How does your company employ this, and why has it become so crucial in this space?
So we are early in the process of getting really, really deep. Of course, we still have to like get customer data and make sure everything is okay. But classically, predicting things, like predicting how supply chains evolve, is really important, right? So that's it. If you're not talking agents, that's a big part of it, right? How can you predict maybe like lead times, how it's going to change, or anything, right?
Yeah, I think speed has become the name of the game. It's efficiency. Just because so many companies are now able to do so many of the same things because they will have access to these tools. So I guess where you really stand out is, are you more efficient? Are you more effective? And is your I guess, rate of mistake or error rate lower than your competitors at this point in time?
Yeah, and we've also seen like security has become just more and more important
Yes.
because like AI is cool, but if you're not secure with the data, because as we talked
Yeah.
about, you have all the data, and we've focused a lot on like how can we improve the AI security far better than what's it should be.
Yeah, like if you're a military contractor, you don't want to use some cloud solution. Like that's no go. But
Yeah.
like if you have a really secure system, maybe some end-to-end encryption, whatever, like maybe that like allows a whole entire new way of working for
Mm.
these extremely secure companies.
Right. Definitely.
Also with AI,
Definitely.
so
The
Mm.
defense and aerospace. It's a huge industry for sure.
exactly.
So let's pivot to what you were talking about before. Then let's talk about AI agents. Can you tell us more about that? Because I know you're working a lot in that space.
Yeah, so I can tell you a little bit. So
Okay.
we try to make everything in application managed by AI, right? So you don't have to necessarily click certain places or interact places. We of course may have a chat off the side, but we really want to integrate it deeply, so you can visually see how things change. You can make the agents work not while you're necessarily there, so you can spin up own agents and really like customize them. So there are many ways, of course, to like build these agentic solutions, but we feel we have a good solution then. So
Mm. Yeah, we can't go too deep into like how we use them, but the thing is,
Of
once
course.
you have AI agents, it's so much simpler because it's great to have AI bots or like LLM that you can just talk to and ask questions. But we've done deep research into like how normal companies use AI and the difference in performance with the companies that have like a chatbot and the companies that have like a AI agent that can actually do stuff in their softwares. And it's quite a significant change. Like once the AI can do actions, it gets so much more improvement in accuracy and money saved because it makes the work simpler for everyone.
yeah,
Yeah, especially
Right.
administrative and
particularly
numbers.
how the agents actually fetch different types of data is really important. So a lot of companies may just have chatbots inside, copy paste things, but if you have a smart fetching solution, that changes everything. So
Right. I mean, do you think that the average user picks up on these things? Like, do you think they notice the difference in the depth of development in these things?
oh, I think they will notice it if they use the application. It will just like shouldn't be something they have to really try hard to get good at. It should be like natural.
That's great.
Uh,
That's
I
great.
think it's like if you're a regular user, like just doing your thing and trying to keep up with AI, it can be hard, of course. You need to follow up so many different things. Like
Mm.
recently, it came a model like Claude Anthropic released a model which like increased productivity amongst developers like massively, like maybe like twice the efficiency or double it. So you have to follow a lot of things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we've seen like a lot of research has said like you need kind of some type of AI hero in your either in your company or like a startup that comes in and actually like gives you that little push. Because if you're just a normal EMS company just working and you don't get that little push from inside or from a startup, you're gonna kind of not realize what you're going like you're not part of. So yeah, it's important to just have someone there to push you forward.
That's right.
Mm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about security and supply chains, because I know this is a topic that you guys are very invested in. Um, let's start by talking about what you're doing in your company, and then we can talk a little bit more about the broader landscape, if that's okay.
Sure. So in regards of security of the application itself,
Yeah.
that's one thing. In terms of security, like securing you have like access to different supply chains. I think it's all about getting information about like what's out there, like getting all the kinds of information, like even like brokers or anything. Like you just have to map out the space because it's just a big space, I think that's like one important thing in security. Like, yeah,
And more like in our software as well, we focus a lot on security just because, as I said earlier, there's like such a military grade to a lot of our customers. So Alan knows a lot about that, how we end-to-end encryption, where the data is stored, if there's any, and like just having it safe in all parts from database to front end to back end. Like there shouldn't be able to do any types of malicious attacks. So that's something you need to focus on
yeah.
every small input field to any type of login.
And like this week, like Anthropic came with a new system, which is an AI system, which basically reveals like something called 0 days, which like these first vulnerabilities in systems, which of course that affects everything, including like supply chains. So if you have AI agents working continuously to kind of try to break into these supply chain systems, like how are you going to defend yourself against that? So then suddenly you have a supply chain system which is compromised, and now your entire supply chain is compromised. This is like something which happened this week, which right. So we have to tackle that as well. So like it's very very changing security right now.
Yeah.
And you basically have to use these AI agentic hacking tools sort of on yourself to kind of iterate on them as you were hacking yourself, kind of. And I feel like that's generally what the penetration testing security environment is headed towards. It's more like automating this kind of like penetration tests.
Yeah, I feel like it's obviously it increases your efficiency in that testing, but also it might find ways to attack you that a person wouldn't have even thought of because it just
Yeah.
runs so many cycles. So yeah, you're really finding those vulnerabilities that could have slipped through the cracks before.
I mean, social engineering as well, that's a huge thing. So
Yeah. That's the biggest.
Yeah.
Like humans are risky. Like we are not the safest people. That's why you get those phishing emails that you're not supposed to click on, but they look really cool and then you click and then yeah, stuff happens. So
Right.
need to be careful humans.
Definitely. So the other side of security, I guess, is a different interpretation of the word, I guess, stability. So within the supply chain, as you know, obviously in the last few years, we've had a very unstable landscape. It's kind of been event after event, from tariffs, regional conflicts, pandemics. How I guess, do you stabilize that? How do you account for that as a company that works in supply chain to ensure that people still have access to what they need when it's a constantly changing landscape?
Yeah, it's as we've like it comes back to like having the information when you need it. Like we can't stop people from starting a war or putting tariffs on somebody else. Unfortunately, not in our hands,
unfortunately.
but we can give people the information as fast as possible. So
Right.
like we started looking more into tariffs. We realized, okay, these codes, it's so much stuff that people don't get the information about so fast. And same about if a component changes lead time from any of its suppliers, it should be available for our customers. So that's been critical because today some people just still do online googling, going to each supplier and then checking that out one by one, and suddenly they forgot about something in their ERP system. They didn't check on it. So there are levels to this. Like people just need to get that information once it happens. Like get in on an email, for instance, that with lead time, some customers suddenly realize that this lead time is completely wrong, the one they've stored.
Mm,
The real one is apparently 5 times as long. So once when they were going to do the business, it's not going to be able to do it. So that's one of
right.
the things. Yeah,
And then the other side of it, I guess, is with the traditional bomb list, where people would have various spreadsheets instead of having one centralized place. Like obviously, the automation side on your end removes that human risk of, okay, well, we missed a line in a spreadsheet, or someone didn't update the spreadsheet. So, yeah, I guess there's
exactly.
another layer of security there as well. It's a peace of mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, being an EU-based company, obviously, we've gone into depth in this, but people always want to hear. So, maybe just touch on it. How does the regulatory side of things affect procurement and manufacturing?
good questions. Like there's so many new regulations that are hitting about everything from reach to battery QRs, not throwing away batteries. It's a lot of stuff, and we're not the EMS company, but the EMS companies have come to us and been like, it's a lot to be focused on. Like you can't handle all
Mm,
of these regulations, especially like understanding if a component is allowed to use or not. Like they it's hard for them to check their systems and check every single component if it might have some type of illegal substance in it. But
right.
that's where they need help or a lot of people to sit down and check it. So it becomes difficult, but it also becomes an opportunity for us to help these companies to actually quickly go through all of their information and help them get the most out of their data that they already have. But yeah,
Yeah.
so
You'll also have things like GDPR, which
yeah,
makes your
Mm,
data more safe, you could say. But
mm,
mhm.
yeah,
Well, thank you both. It's been a really fascinating discussion. Before we wrap up, I just a couple of final questions, which is if people want to contact you to get in touch about your services, offerings, what's the best way for them to do that?
great question. They could either go to bedrockchain.com, bedrock, bedrockchain.com, or and just contact them from there, or use one of our emails.
yeah,
That could work as well.
Okay.
Karan, Karan at bedrockchain.com, or
yeah,
Erlend.
Ireland. If you but you can visit our website. We have a LinkedIn as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are several places. Yeah,
So we found it quite fun to work with EMS companies, and we're always ready to learn. So we already have a couple of customers in the whole of Scandinavia or like Nordics, and it's been fun. Like you learn so much new for every country, and yeah, it's
yeah.
really interesting.
I think like a lot is going to change. So yeah,
Yeah.
if someone there is want to talk about AI or something in supply chain, we're super open to that.
Mm,
It's a very rapidly changing landscape. It's a very exciting time right now to actually be involved in it.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in, everyone who's been listening. We'll have another guest for you next time, and thank you.